Hi everyone, my name is Kate and you're very welcome here on my channel where we talk about fragrances. And I realized that over 30% of my subscribers are men. And of course, I don't want to leave this unnoticed. I value you guys, I appreciate you, and I want to have a video dedicated to you. I know that most of my videos are unisex, but they lean towards feminine, towards female fragrances. And I love women, of course. I love making videos for you, ladies. But today we're celebrating men. Let's celebrate men with the beautiful fragrances that I picked for them out of my closet. And it's a secret, but not only my closet, out of my men's closet. And I just want to give you my recommendations on what I think is fabulous on men. Okay, before I begin, please, if you enjoy my videos, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's begin. So, I have a part of boozy fragrances. There's an aquatic, woody, freshies, and more kind of ambery feel fragrances and tobacco. I think I would start maybe with the freshies. So I will begin with one of my personal favorites too, but I think it's spectacular on man. It's Vodka on the Rocks by Kilian. And it does smell like it says here. It's a freshie, it's a fougere. Uh, well, close to fougere, okay. Structurally, it's not 100% fougere, but still. It's a vodka, cold vodka in a glass, maybe with some ice with it. And I also smell a little bit of sage, I think, just a little bit, just a touch. It's beautiful. It's punchy. This is a punchy fragrance. I especially love it in summer. I think it's a nice refresher in the summer because of this association with, like this glass and there's a drop of water going down the glass. I adore this fragrance. I think it's great and I want to recommend it. Another fragrance is very cheap. It's very cheap, but it doesn't take away the name of a legend. This is Grey Flannel by Geoffrey Beene, and I really like it. Maybe I wouldn't order it for myself. I actually give it as a gift to my man. It's extremely green, zero sweetness, galbanum with oak moss and neroli and petit grain. It's very green, everything green. It smells like a forest after the rain. It's still all wet, and I almost smell the soil too. And this oak moss is very strong. And after it opens up, I also smell a very nice violet. It's very dry, like dried violet leaves. It's great. It's the color for it is perfect. It reminds me of a wine bottle, but it definitely smells more like this wet forest after the cold rain. It's great. It doesn't stay too long on your skin, but it has a pretty good longevity. And I like it. I don't use it myself. For me, I don't know, it's not smooth enough maybe. Anyway, I don't know how to explain it. Although maybe in the fall I could see myself wearing it when it rains. It's beautiful. Another freshie is 6 Feet Under by Curatrix. And this one is my love. This one I wear. It's kind of aquatic and mineral scent. Smells like oak moss and cold stone, cold rocks. Very, very cold. 6 feet under, like you understand. But yeah, and a little bit of grass too. And in the opening, I also smell lavender and violet leaf too. They have slightly similar notes with a gray flannel, but they're very different. This fragrance has a touch of sweetness, and it's not a sugary sweetness, nothing like this. Just like a grass smell sweetness. It's beautiful, it's aquatic, it's mineral, it's green. The bottle color is perfect for this scent, and I just cannot compliment this enough. It's so good. Okay, and from one aquatic to another, Un air de Bretagne by L'Artisan Parfumeur. L'Artisan Parfumeur. Maybe I should say it that way. This is more about a beach, but also a cold beach. So somewhere in Britain in winter. You're just walking down the beach and you smell, there's definitely this ambergris feel and seaweed. It's laying on the rocks in front of you. There's a piece of wood also brought by waves, and there's wind blowing from the sea at you. And after a long walk, you feel like there are little crystals of salt almost on your face. You see how much is used. It's a beautiful masterpiece fragrance. Highly recommend if you want something aquatic, but you don't like too in your face aquatic. You know, I don't like all aquatics. Still wears like a fragrance, not like you wearing lake on you. You know. Let's move to something a little bit more fun. Let's talk about my personal favorite. This is Baraonda. And if you follow my channel for some time, you know that this is one of my favorite fragrances. This is whiskey, beautiful rose, and oak. It's like you're in the most fancy bar you've ever seen. Everything is made of oak. There is leather, there are roses. Somebody spilled whiskey all over the bar. And it's beautiful. I don't know what else to say. Baraonda is just a masterpiece, and I'm afraid to use too much of it. I usually wear it in winter. In the summer when it's hot, it can like suffocate you a little bit. It's too intense. But in winter or just cooler weather, it's incredible and it has amazing projection. Another boozy fragrance is Velours Boisé by Jacques Fath. It's also whiskey. That's also my fragrance. Here I smell a lot of different woods. I think they mentioned guaiac wood, sandalwood, yeah, spices. It has a touch of saltiness. It smells like a very nice lacquered furniture and whiskey. I also smell immortelle here, very distinctly. I would describe it as an office of your grandpa who likes whiskey and old school leather and wood furniture. The dark floors, a lot of books on the shelves. They're a little bit dusty. And he's drinking whiskey, just relaxing, wearing a wool sweater. That's how I would describe this. It's a nice fragrance. It's not very long lasting. Sometimes I'm a little bit frustrated with how long it stays on my skin. I don't know if it's only me. If you know, could you tell me? Is it the same with you? It's a nice scent. And I see it on a man. Another woody scent that I love. And I bought it for my man, but I ended up wearing it more than he does. But I love it, and I was dreaming about like that he would wear it, and I could smell it from him. This is a Frederic Malle Dante Bra in your arms, and it smells. I already talked a lot about this fragrance on my channel, but I will repeat my association because it's so strong for me. It's like a man in a wool sweater just came from the outside where he did some works with the wood. And he came into this cabin where I was just, I don't know, relaxing, drinking my tea, maybe watching Netflix or something. I don't know, something. I'm there in the cabin inside. So he comes in and he hugs me. And I smell this. Yeah, it's wood, it's violet. I actually noticed that a lot of, in male fragrances, violet is a very frequent note. It's pine needles. I think they mentioned cashmere in it too. It's a little bit powdery, slightly. It doesn't project much. It stays closer to the skin, but it's so cozy and it smells exactly like that sweater. There's nothing animalic. There's no sweat on that sweater. It's just a very nice wool sweater that smells like wood and forest and pines, you know. It's incredible. I love. I don't really want to wear it myself as much, again, because it's not really my cup of tea, but I just want to smell it from somebody else, and I think it's amazing. We're efficient and we're moving towards another kind of half wood scent. This is Dusita, La Rhapsodie Noire. And this is one of the best coffee / lavender scents. So at some point it was very popular to make this kind of scent with coffee and lavender. the fougere that is made a little bit heavier, more intense, and more interesting with a note of coffee. This is one of those. And yeah, I also smell sage and wood, a little bit of tonka and patchouli. It's very grounding scent. I smell lavender here a lot. The dry down is beautiful. Also, it's not very long lasting, but oh look, I've used a lot of it actually already. It's beautiful. It's so fresh, and lavender here is nice too. I'm usually not a huge lavender fan, and I tend to avoid fragrances with a lavender note. But this one I really like because of that dry coffee and dry patchouli in it. I think it's great. And I feel like something like this would be so great to smell from a man. I actually, every time I use it myself, I imagine a man spraying it and wondering how this would smell on a man because I think this would be great. Now let's transition to tobacco. This is Hima Jomo Autumn in Lhoka. And this brand is my recent love. I recently discovered it for myself. And there's a lot of stuff to check out, especially my fragrance obsessed friends. Please know that this is an incredible brand, and I want to collect autumn, although it's not mine, but I bought it, okay, as a gift. Autumn, winter, spring, and summer, they all are beautiful, and I recommend to try. And I just want all four, I think. So this opens up with a lot of black pepper and saffron. It's very, very spicy. Then it slowly transitions into this barley and tobacco. It's so interesting. I totally get why they called it autumn because it makes sense. And almost from the beginning to the end, I smell birch, smoky, dark, black birch. And it's so great on the skin. This fragrance is beautiful on the skin. I don't really wear it myself, but on a man, oh my god, this is great. This is so stunning. And I smell a lot of tobacco. At least on Fragrantica, tobacco is not in the notes, but to me it's very tobacco heavy. Maybe it's because of the birch and spices and incenses. There are also incenses. Oh, there's so much going on. The scent is very intense. I think it's better for for cold weather, sorry. For winter, for fall. This is such a fall mood too. It's like dark orange colors, this dark leaf, like dark orange leaves falling of the trees in the wind, and it's cloudy. This is not a sunny fragrance, it's more like clouds. It's so beautiful. Such a great scent. Highly, highly recommend. And the whole brand too is beautiful. Okay, the last fragrance, so you watch till the end, will be sexiest fragrance. But now it will be Serge Lutens. This is La Couche du Diable. I ordered this fragrance blindly. This is one of the heaviest, most intense fragrances here. Oh my god, yes. It's smoky oud and saffron and amber and honey and port wine. You know, it's very dark. It's all these dark colors. It's this balsamic. It's this like something is watching you from the darkness. That's how I usually describe this scent. La Couche du Diable. It's like a devil's bed. It's like a darkness, yes. And it's also dark brown. And it's so great for winter. It's so great for colder weather. Maybe not in summer. In summer, I can see this being a little heavy. There's also this floral part. I think there's something that reminds me of a rose. Yeah, there is a red big red rose there, but it's not in front. It's somewhere in the back, so you need to try to catch it. Very balsamic, very intense. If you're an intense guy, try this. It has this sweetness, but it's this balsamic sweetness. It's like amber. That is no vanilla here. Really hard to wear for me. That's why I don't use it so much. And yeah, don't spray it on the white t-shirt. I once made a mistake of spraying, but I think it was not this one. I think it was La Fille de Berlin, the dark red one. It stains. So try to spray it on darker clothes. And the last one that I promised you, this sexy scent, This is Orme Marque-Page. This is another intense woody scent, but it's very different because there's a lot of leather. I definitely smell oud and leather. In Artemisia, there's something like bitter and green. There's the metallic aspect of geranium. It's like cuts it, a little bit of patchouli in the base. It's very sharp, this scent, and leathery and oudy, and it smells like skin of a, like, I don't know, animal ready to jump. Right the second before the jump, like all the muscles, everything is tense. The body is very like tense and collected, and it's ready to make this big jump. There's something animalic about it. There's something that reminds me of an animal here, but it doesn't smell dirty. It's not like a cow poop oud, not that kind of wood. No, it is animalic. It does smell like skin or leather or I don't know, something. There is something, and it's incredibly sexy. I think this is the sexiest fragrance of these all perfumes today. It's so great. Yes. Oh, and this brand is pretty rare, so if you use it, you definitely will stand out because not so many people know about. Actually, you will be pretty unique in this one, in Serge Lutens too, in Hima Jomo, in Dusita, Curatrix, Jacques Fath also. All of these are pretty unique, and I recommend all these fragrances. Tell me what you think, guys. What do you think? Are you happy? There's finally a masculine video. I'm so glad to make it for you, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. See you in other videos. Bye bye.